September we met, I could tell by your smile, you hadn't been with a good girl.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me now, my name is Trinity Lovely, and today we're going to have a very interesting topic. This topic is going to be, how can we attract the man that we're looking for, right? Now, I'm already married, but this is a recommended video. This video is asking and requesting to how you can get someone to love you and basically be in love and basically get a relationship, okay? Now, I'm gonna basically speak from experience. Now, when I was single, and that was so many years ago, there was a time I was like about 26, and I didn't have a social life. I had no social life. I would go to college and I'll come home and I won't go back outside. And this little window that I had to meet people was just based on the experience of riding the MTA train from Manhattan back into Brooklyn, and within that little window of someone approaching me, right? So there are many times that I may miss the opportunity because I'm not even expecting someone to come up to me and break the ice and just start speaking to me, right? So I'm not really putting myself out there to meet anyone, right? So I had got so disappointed. So now it's like a whole nother year went by, and I'm like, I literally cannot meet anyone. I don't know how to meet someone. And then one day my sister was like, you need to be a little bit more approachable. Like, you know, somebody look at you, smile, flirt. And I'm like, that's awkward. Like, I'm riding the train station. I'm riding the train. I'm just smiling at everybody in the train station. And she's like, no, you know, you're mean mugging. So, you know, you should be a little bit more friendlier, a little bit more easy to speak to, more approachable. So I did all that. It didn't work. Then I got to the point where I actually went on a dating website. And when I tell you, when they say there's a lot of frogs to get to the prince, that's how I felt when I was actually on the dating website. It was like a needle in a haystack. I just couldn't meet anyone who looked like they were taking anything serious on this dating website. Now, I'm not going to knock a dating website because I do have a friend who actually met someone and got married using the dating website. And I remember I was the one who encouraged her to use the dating website. And it just happened that she met someone and got married off the dating website. So love can find you in so many different ways. You could be filling your tank in a gas station. You could be shopping in a grocery store. You can be walking in front of your house, picking up mail, and run into the love of your life, right? So we know that it's based on attraction, right? There's a vibration, there's a wavelength, and this is how we attract, right? So sometimes you may go through experience in life and you just can't meet anybody, and it really depends on the vibration that you're actually attracting at that time, right? If your wavelength vibration is too high for the person that you're looking for, and that person's vibration is too low, that person may not have those feelings for you just based on the fact that you're not on the same wavelength with that person. You guys cannot connect on that aura, that magnetic field, that atom, that neutron, that electron. It's just not connecting. So when you're meeting somebody, it's based on this attraction that you're meeting people. So sometimes you just got to change location too, right? If you are going to the gym and you're like, oh, I can't meet anybody, and I'm in the gym every single day, there's so much attractive people in the gym, you may have to change your location. So you have to use perseverance when you're actually trying to meet someone. I remember when I had got so tired of the website, And I said, you know what, I want to do this traditional. So now I'm like 27 now, and I'm like, you know what, I just have to meet someone. I don't want to use the dating website. I want to do it traditional. And then I started walking to the gym. And like I said, I didn't have a social life. Like every day I got up and just went to school. And I didn't have anything else going on with my life at that time. So when I wanted to create this whole new environment, because I realized that I just couldn't meet anyone, I changed my location. So instead of me getting on transportation to get to the gym, I went to the gym. I literally started walking to the gym. Now this walk was extremely far, but I was okay. I was happy because I was losing a lot of weight, and I was at the smallest I ever been, and I was like really dropping pounds, and I was maintaining the weight, and so I was happy doing that. And I was literally walking a very long time, and during my walks to the gym, like I don't even know how I was doing it. I will randomly meet people, and I'm walking to the gym. Like I'll walk, and it was just, people would approach me. Because in that mind frame I already had, I was like, you know what? I want to be in a relationship. Like, I want a relationship. I would get up every day and I would tell my sister, I was like, you know what? I'm going to meet somebody today. Like, I just know. Like, I have that feeling. And I will daydream, right? Like, it sounds crazy. I will lay on the bed and daydream the type of man that I want to meet, the kindness that I want to experience, the care that I want to have. And I want to say this, before you get to that point of saying, you know what, I want to meet someone, I want a boyfriend, you must work on yourself. And the reason you have to work on yourself is because vibration, it plays with everything. Because if you meet somebody and you're broken, you're going to attract back another person that's broken. And the way, you reap what you sow, right? And whatever energy you push out is what you get back. And we could use it in many different terms. We could go from the Western world of teaching to the Eastern world of teaching, and it's still going to come back to you, okay? So if you're broken, a lot of times when people are broken, they're hurt, and they have no awareness of how they treat people around them, right? So if you're coming out of a relationship that you've been hurt before, you've been disappointed, you've been angry, you've been upset, you've been lied to, you've been cheated on, you've been abused, if you don't work on that, if you don't work on your inner self, you're going to reflect that back into the relationship. And you're going to have that energy around you, that sadness, that depression state, that hurt, that pain. And that is a low vibration. That is a very low vibration to have, because what you're going to be attracting is somebody else on a low vibration. And that doesn't mean that you're going to meet back somebody who's been hurt too, and both of you guys are sharing your experience of being hurt. And when you guys meet, y'all uplifting each other. That's not going to happen. What you're going to meet is another person that's broken. And when people are broken and when people are hurt, they naturally and normally tend to lash out. Right? And if you're lashing out and at the people around you and that the people that's closest to you, you may feel that energy that person is lashing out on you, and you may not know, because a lot of people are not that open. A lot of people don't even really know who they are. So, and they don't really understand why life is the way it is for them. They don't understand why things are so difficult for them. They don't understand why they're being treated this way. So when you meet somebody, they tend to have their guards up, right? So if you're a female with feminine energy, where you're actually a nurturing energy, and you're naturally an energy that's a caretaker, and you come and you meet a man who has that masculine stern energy, that attraction of that low vibration is going to be a disaster, because here he is a masculine energy. He's not going to be compassionate and caring and kind. You may meet someone who tends to be a little bit more on that negative polarity. So if you're attracted on a lower vibration, then you're basically going to have a rough time really connecting to that person and really connecting to what you're looking for. So that's one of the reasons why when you are looking for a relationship, it's a good time to actually work on yourself, work on your flaws. Think about the negative traits that you have. Think about the positive traits that you have. Think about, what do you think complements you? What are you looking for? What do you think about when you want to be happy? How you want to be happy? And you don't want to, you're not looking as you're looking for Mr. Perfect, because Mr. Perfect does not exist. Even when you meet a soulmate, you guys are still going to have flaws. You guys still going to have issues. But the difference between a soulmate and someone and a regular person is that person is, the soulmate is going to have that kind of compassion. And when that soulmate and you get into argument, that you are going to get in an argument because guys are going to have disagreement, that soulmate is going to hold back of how far they're going to take those things. So personal, and they're going to hold back of stepping over those boundaries. So it's a big difference between a soulmate, of meeting a soulmate, and a person that you meet that's not a soulmate. But that doesn't mean if you meet somebody who's not your soulmate that you should keep looking. What I'm saying is, when you meet someone, you need to think about how the person compliments you and what are you really looking for. I remember when I was single, I would meet a lot of people, because I was much younger at that time, and I would meet a lot of guys that will say, I'm not really ready to settle down, I'm just kind of like looking for friends. And now, if you are a woman that do not want a friend, now, right, and you know that you are looking for a relationship, don't hesitate to run, because that person is coming to play a lot of games. Now, you could meet somebody and you guys could build a very great friendship, and it could lead into a relationship. But there's a lot of times when you first meet the guy, he kind of tells you what you're looking for. He kind of say, what I'm looking for, if I'm looking for a friendship, or if I'm looking for a girlfriend, I'm looking for a relationship, or I'm at that point in my life. Be very open, attentive, listen to what the person is saying, and don't object. Don't try to convince anybody. If that person said, I'm not ready at this point in my life for anything serious, give that person the respect and keep it pushing, keep it looking, right? Now, if you guys build a friendship and that person one day say, you know what, I'm ready to settle down, then that's the difference. Because you want to make sure that when you're looking for the right person, you want to make sure that you're hearing right. Now, I do recommend that if you are at that point where you're looking for something serious, I definitely do think that you need to pay attention to the phases of the calendar, the moon on that calendar. Now, let me tell you why. There's two type of energies that we experience during the month. There's the waning and the waxing. The waning and the waxing. Now, during the waning energies, it's basically energies that vanish. And when you're vanishing, it's more about negative energy and that negative polarity, right? That you're trying to banish, right? So that's the connection of the energy where you're trying to work on yourself. You can banish negative traits of yourself. You can think about like the negative energies. You want to like stuff like that. But when you're thinking about working with the energy of waxing, this is your attracting time, right? So the first thing you want to do is get a calendar. Get a calendar with the phases of the moon and watch the calendar. Now, when you see waxing, you want to step it up. You want to do meditations. You want to do affirmations. You want to do prayers if that's what you're into. You want to talk it into existence. And when you're talking something into existence, you're talking it as it's now. So you want to say, you wake up in the morning, you be like, I'm in a happy relationship. My boyfriend loves me. He's nice to me. He's kind to me. He's caring. I'm so happy. I deserve him. He deserves me. He respects me. Right? So you want to talk those things in existence within the time of the new moon, the full moon, and the waxing. Right? So you want to, on those specific days out of the month, you want to look at the calendar and you're going to say, these are the times that I want to step off on my affirmations. I want to step up on some meditations. And when you're meditating, I want you to visualize that treatment, visualize that experience, visualize that kindness, really see yourself, Picture yourself in the movies. Picture yourself in dinner. Picture yourself hanging out on that one-on-one. Visualize, talk it into existence. If you see my other previous videos, you're going to hear about that thought form. That thought form plays a lot because we even vibrate on our thoughts. We vibrate on our words. So if you talk it into existence, now you're also visualizing it. So we're doing some real connection here on the energies of that moon phase, of that attracting energy. I do also recommend when you're doing your meditations, using a red or a pink candle. Now, the red candle will give you that passion in your life, that love, that connection, that excitement. And that pink candle, where you're using the pink candles when you're meditating, will bring in things that you want. So you can use both candles. You can use one candle, red or pink and red, and this is the way we talk it into existence. So you want to light your candle on while your candle, when you light in your candle, you want to write a petition. When I say petition, write it down on parchment paper. I am happy. Your affirmation, write your affirmation down on that parchment paper every day between the time of waxing, new moon, full moon. On the full moon, step it up, because that is the definite connection that day. That day will give you the most in-depth connection that you can have. And you do that every waxing, every new moon, and every single full moon. And you believe that you are going to meet somebody, and be open to receive, be open to meet people, be more friendly, be more approachable. Step out the house. Don't wait in the house. He's not the mailman. When I tell you he's not the mailman, but put yourself out there so you can meet that guy this year. Because you can meet that guy even though we experiencing COVID-19, right? You can meet that man that you're looking for. You can have that love. You can have that experience. The year I met my husband, as I was telling you before, I was on dating websites the previous year, and I got so annoyed off of all these guys that just looks like they were playing games. And sometimes I'll ask, are you looking for anything serious? And they'll be like, no, I'm looking for friends. And I'm like, but what the hell are you doing on a damn dating website that you have to pay for? And they will sound like, a lot of them just sound like they just up to no good. Now, as I said before, I'm not saying everyone have that experience, but that's what I was attracted at that time. And I don't know why I was attracted that, but during that time frame, my vibration was really low. Like, I was very depressed. I had a bad relationship previously before that. I was hurt. I didn't have the information that I have now of understanding the REM, understanding experience. Like, I knew a little, but I didn't know that much. And I would not understand. Like, I will be like, why can I not meet anyone? What is wrong with me? Why am I just keep meeting the same type of people? Now, if you see yourself keep meeting the same type of people, you got to pick up that vibration. That vibration is low if you're attracting mean-spirited souls. Because it doesn't mean that you're mean-spirited. It just means that you could be depressed. You could be sad. You could be hurt. Right? You could be disappointed. So the people that you're meeting, because one of the worst things you can do is be depressed. It drops the vibration so low. Because you have to understand, you are beautiful. You deserve love. You should be happy. You have everything going for yourself, whether you have a silver spoon or no silver spoon in your mouth. You are perfect in the image of God. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to really see yourself on that level. You really want to believe that you are. So when you attracted, you won't be attracted on this low vibration, right? And pay attention during that time frame when you're actually asking for this request and you're petitioning and you're actually meditating and you're speaking affirmations and you're manifesting, you want to make sure you're very cautious in how you're treating the people around you, right? You want to make sure you're treating the people around you very kind, because whatever energy that you put out is the same energy you're going to get back. Now, the energies does not come back the same exact way. So you may miss the opportunity of what you're putting out, right? You may miss the opportunity of what you're putting out. You mightn't see that you're putting out negative energies sometimes. But if you're very cautious, then you can be like, okay, I see what I'm doing. And I know that I want the energies to return back to me in a positive light. And I want to be more in a better space. Okay. And I remember the year, and I know I feel like I keep trying to tell the story, and then I just get like, it just comes out of my brain. But the year I met my husband, I actually met him at a barbecue, right? So I put myself out there. So I started going to barbecues because I was walking to the gym and I was meeting people, but I didn't really feel like they were what I was looking for. Like, I as I said again, don't settle. If he's not into relationships and he doesn't want a relationship, keep it pushing. Don't give in. If he wants to be a friend, friend zone him. But you don't look at him as an opportunity and you don't get caught up. You keep it moving. You keep on dating. You keep on looking. Because it's your life. It's your free will. It's your desire. And you have to select what you want. Because if you are ready for a commitment and you're ready for a relationship, don't change that. I know sometimes you meet people and they be like, what are you looking for? Don't tell me you're looking for a relationship. And they will say it in a way that they'll make you feel silly for things that you want. But if this is what you want, this is what you want. And that is what you shall have. So, again, let's recap. When you are ready for that relationship, you want to start working on yourself, right? So you want to start using affirmations, and you want to talk very highly of yourself, and you want to write down all the good things about yourself, and you want to work on you. You want to work on your personality. You want to work on your attitude. You want to be more friendlier. You want to be more approachable. You want to be more open, and you want to put yourself in a new environment. If it takes you going into a coffee shop when the world open back up, right? Or just experiencing something different, do it. I mean, right now is a little kind of hard because we are experiencing a time with social distancing, but do something different because you want to change the vibration of the energies around you. You'll be very surprised to know that specific areas have specific vibration of people around them, right? And we all share some kind of similarity of how we vibrate in one neighborhood. And it sounds crazy, like how could the whole neighborhood vibrate on the same frequency? But it's not that we all vibrate on the same frequency. But if you can meet Paul down the block, and in 3, 4, 7 blocks you back around the neighborhood again, and you meet somebody, Richard, and Richard have a similarity in the similar attributes to Paul, because you're within a certain radius of this person, and they have a similarity of the way they think. Because they might, I'm just giving an example, let's just say they're into hip-hop, and they have a similarity of that hip-hop, of what kind of music they like. And it's a frequency, it's an energy, right? So when you're looking for a certain guy, like, I don't know, like, I have met people in the past, and I felt like I've met the same person with different scenarios. And when you see that occurring, that's when you start changing your surrounding, where you want to pull and attract somebody different. Because it could be that It's a frequency. And that's how you have to look at everything. Everything is vibration. And if you're meeting somebody and they vibrated very similar to a person that you met before, you could still be attracted on that same vibration. So it doesn't mean that, if you're living in, I'm just giving an example, if you're living in New York and you wanted to go and meet somebody else, you moved to California and you're like, wait, hold up, but this guy acts similar to the person in California. Keep in mind, it's you. You're the vibration. Your vibration is what's attracting. So when I say to do different things, it's just to kind of like put you on a different level of frequency of you are the person who's attracting. Your beat, your vibration, your frequency, your drums, your music with you. Like, just look at it as music with you is the same music that wherever you go. But if you start working on you, then the music switch. And when you switch, you're now in a different environment. Because if you're in the same exact environment and your frequency was low and you're meeting the same kind of guy over and over and over, and now your frequency is high, it's a possibility that you won't be getting any kind of attraction there from people. You may get to that point where you may go outside and you may go out to the bars and no one is really approaching you on that vibe anymore because the frequency went up. So that's why I said, do different things, because you're working on that vibration to get a little bit higher. So if your vibration is a bit high, you may not be able to attract the same people anymore, and you may go through a certain time frame where you're not meeting anyone. So if that's gonna happen, you wanna go to different areas and experience different things so you can attract on different levels and still have that opportunity to meet and date. All right, so keep that in mind. That's the only reason I'm telling you to change locations. Based on if you're working on yourself, your frequency is going to go up. Your vibration is going to go up. And you have to attract. You don't want to be going to a bar, the same bar, and everybody vibrating on a lower vibration, and now you just can't meet anybody, right? So you want to, if you're going to that bar, you want to switch out the bar that you're going to. You want to do something different. Maybe you don't want to do a bar anymore. You want to do a coffee shop. Maybe you don't want to do a coffee shop. Maybe you want to do the park and go running. So you want to put yourself in different environments. So when your vibration went up, you are attracting on a higher vibration, and it's still the same music, the same beat that's coming back off of you. So when you pull, you're pulling a person who is desiring you, who likes you, and who likes your beat, right? They like your vibration. They all in your aura. They attracted to your aura, and that person is vibrating on a higher frequency. So I hope that makes sense as I explained that. And back again, so as we recapping, we're talking about the energies of the moon. So when we think about the moon, we're looking at the moon as the moon is watching the children of Adam, if we use the Abrahamic God Bible, and he's watching the kids of Adam, and he has different faces as he's looking at the children of Adam, and he's watching down. So keep that in mind, right? And if you keep that in mind, then you will know that we have to look at the calendar with different phases of the moon, right? So the moon has many different phases as he watches. Now each phase represents a specific energy. So now you know that if you're on a waxing moon, that waxing moon is going to give you a connection to attract. If you're on a new moon, you know that the best connection is that full moon. So if you want to light your candle during that time of that meditation, you want to use the candle of red for that passion, that connection, that love, and you want to use pink for attracting and kind of getting what you want. So you also want to use a petition, writing it down next door to your candle as you petition it, as you're using the candle, and you're writing down and you're saying everything you want, and you're reading that petition literally within the time of that waxing. You're reading it, right? So you're going to be saying, I'm happy, I'm loved, my boyfriend care about me, and you're going to be talking in existence as if you met him. And during that meditation, you want to use visualization, where you're visualizing you and this person is driving in a car, you're laughing, joking, and you're really just kind of like enjoying this life that you're creating for yourself, and you're talking it into existence. You're manifesting it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions, and thank you for tuning in.